Okay, I'm ready. What's up, my people? What's up? It's your kid. I'm gonna keep saying kid because that's what it is. We are all kids in this world until we take it for ourselves, take it back, and I discuss the ways of taking it back. But let me jump straight to it. Like, I'm mad as fuck right now. Mad as fuck. Like, all right. I'm gonna give you a shout out to the people over at Worldstar Hip Hop. The person that thought of that website was the smartest person alive. I mean, not alive, but he was a smart dude. Basically, entertain the suckers and have them come every day and watch stupid, irrelevant videos. But occasionally throw in some good, solid facts and world and news, but twist it up. I see what he's doing. I'm trying to tell you that I see what he did. A very smart dude. But when you try to change something for the better, and someone comes in your ear and says, "Hey, you better follow this, or you could get hit by a car." It don't matter how rich you are, you're gonna follow the rules. You know what I mean? And I see that for myself. He already got touched. The dude that created Worldstar, he already got touched. Because common sense, if you see a video that was up there and people commented and seeing it, like 200,000 people saw it already, and the next thing you know, I jump on there and speak my opinions and everything like that, and I'm going back to see if anybody responded or said anything, said anything worthwhile for me to rebuttal. But then again, I go back there and Worldstar Hip Hop, I could give a shout out. That's what I'm doing. It's gone. The video's gone. The thing I commented on is gone. The whole page is gone. It's wiped out. That's how you know your words means things. Like right now, I could tell I'm being tapped. I could tell I'm already that I'm attracting too many ends, because if I put up a comment that's like, let's say two paragraphs. Let's say it was probably 2 paragraphs long. You know what I mean? For some reason, people started writing slower and dumber, because there's no more meaningful letters written back to one another. It's just simple, dumb things like LOL and this and that, or okay, I'll be right there, or like there's nothing worthwhile no more. No one writes a letter to anybody anymore. No one speaks their mind, so they don't need to remember as much vocabulary, because they're doing just enough to squeeze by. That's not good. That mental is dumb. But I'll go back to that a little later. I'm gonna just talk about the video. The video was about the African people, the Nairobi or Nick what is it? Nigeria or something like that. Mind you, they kidnapped a couple of people, this and that and third, and for some reason I click on Worldstar today and I saw they said they had a footage of a girl being stoned to death. Well, I said, okay, this might be interesting news for me to basically watch. But I go into it, and for some reason something clicked in me, like, aren't you tired of this shit? Like, this is pointless. I'm not trying to downplay it, and that's what I wrote down there on the comment. I'm not trying to downplay it, any psychotic or dumbing of killing of people at any point in time in history. I would never downplay that. I would never dumb it down for you. That's what it is. You're killing human beings. I put up a comment saying that, hey, why are you doing this? This is that, and it's gone. Why would it be gone? Just because I pop on it and 5 minutes later the video is gone. I don't get that. I'm not that special. I don't do anything or say anything to anybody. I just talk and speak my mind. I have a forum for it. I go to my YouTube and start it out. That's it. Even with that, it takes forever to load, and it doesn't take that long to load a video. It shouldn't take that long. We're in 2014. So something in me is telling me what is going on. That's why I don't even trust YouTube anymore. You know what I mean? Because everything I say or anything I do is being criticized right now. I'm talking too deep. I'm being too real. And that's what I'm doing. I'm being too real for these people. It's a common fact. If I comment on something and then the video every comment, anybody that watched it, the whole history of it is gone. I'm not crazy. I seen the video. I didn't see all of it. I said that I couldn't watch all of it. It's only 1 minute and 55 minutes. And you guys know what I'm talking about. The people that went there, to the 200,000 or the 500,000 people that watched it, y'all got my back on this. Y'all could subscribe right now. Y'all could tell the truth with me. Because I left a comment and it's gone. Like, why would it be gone? It's already out there. Once it's on the internet, it's out there forever. So you telling me it's a mistake, or you shouldn't have it, or your lawyers told you to take it down, or this and that. What are those lawyers telling you? Why are they telling you that? Take the video down. It's free press. Like, if you're giving free movies, like blockbuster movies in the movie theater online, and you can watch it for free, why not have free information out there? Like, and they don't have free information. That's the thing people don't understand. We don't have free information. I put up a comment saying my own opinions, and then it's gone. And the people that had it is gone. Everything is gone. That basically had no existence anymore, because if it's not there, we can't see it. It's not there. Hint, hint, God, of course. There's no God here. People made it up. Okay, I'll get back to that a little later. All right, my video's gone. What now? What do I do? Do I get outrageous? Do I boycott WorldsStar? Everything is rushing my mind, because if you don't value my opinion, okay, that's all right. But if you can't just make it disappear, why? What's the reason for that? I mean, tell me. I'm listening. I will be like a little child all over again and listen and examine everything you say, because the majority are liars. So all right, I just want to talk to the owner, WorldsStar, the owner, the real owner. Why not have this information out? Why did you take it down? Give me the reason. When you take it down, give me the reason. The real reason, not the political right correct. Just say, hey, these motherfuckers saw the video and the comments were leading to too many things, and I didn't want too much heat on my website. That's all you gotta say. And who would let's take it to a stronger forum. Let's talk to somebody else. Let's talk to this and that. We would have done that, but you disappeared us like we are irrelevant. It's like basically people that think they start a revolution by protesting and this and that and third, and some of them come up missing and gone. You basically disappeared that voice. So you took our voice away from your channel. Why? Think about it. There's no national security we're telling or giving advice to people how to blow things up. No. But by our words or by what we typed up, you're basically saying, hey, that's too many words. That's too many dangerous words. Now I got to start taking this whole thing, his whole page, like it never existed off. And I seen it. It was on there. So I'm not crazy. All right? That's the thing. Hold on for a second. I got more news for you. Hold on. Okay, there you go. And before I get into this news and start telling my opinions, listen, I don't get it. You had a passion to do something, you did it. I'm talking to the owner of the WorldsStar Hip Hop. You did it. And you did it. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. And as an entrepreneur, you're basically me and I'm you and this and that. And I told you, we're all one. Listen, you did it. You finally got up there. And now you having people dictate to you your passion. Maybe you're not in the passion anymore. Maybe you hire people down from you to handle this, like the younger generation to handle it for you, and you just get the money. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm thinking too much. And maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. But you got to tell me, why? Why did you take that video down? It must have been gruesome. I'm lucky I didn't see it. If you took it down, I only watched 1 minute and 55 seconds of it. I didn't need to. It was pointless. And that's what I wrote down on my comment. Real simple. And I'll run it down in my memory. I was trying to control pace, but I didn't do it. So I'm going to control pace throughout my mind. This is basically what I said. I said, okay, this video is nothing new. This happens every fucking day. When you want to go into some country and take it over, but let's rewind that. I'm going to tell you what it is. Some of these countries or should have been utopias. They should have been beautiful, marvelous places. But the smart-minded, knowing the potential of some other places or some other countries, know if we do certain things, we can hinder that progress. How would we hinder it? Why not? Take it over. Establish people that we can control. Isn't that sensible? Isn't that right? Don't you think that's a good idea? Okay. All right. Now that I got your mind going up there. All right. Now that you see that. Okay. It's not a utopia. It's a third world country. Mind you, the country is as big or as immense as it, but you dumbed it down. You basically shut it down from progressing to a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. You didn't help any people, but you say you always do help people by going into countries, mass destruction, they have bombs, they have this, we're protecting us in the future. I respect America. I love America. They're on top of their game. They're on top of the top with the people. If they slow down, the person that was right next to them will be having a little more position. And if you let that person have more position, wow, you're basically the third world country now. And you don't want that to happen. So you want to control things. You want to move and shake things up. You want to have different moving pieces to have things end up to the moment you want it. Because that's what it is. You just got to look at the video. The lady basically went into a hole that they dug for her. Like basically, I don't know how they did it. I didn't watch it. They said, all right, dig this hole right there. And then that person will die right there. The person that decided where that person was going to die is basically the mastermind. Because if you put people out there with guns and supply them with guns and, again, research on that. How does African people have, most of them don't have drinking water and are considered third world countries in Africa. Mind you, Africa is not a country, it's a continent. It's basically, just take it out your mind, it's a vast place of countries. That's it. Don't classify a black person as African. No, from Africa. Don't do it. It doesn't make sense. Because they have other nationalities there. They had Nairobi and Guyana and whatever, South African. There's too many beautiful people over there for you to either just classify them as a specific person or, specific gender of people. That's not good. And internally, you have to say, hey, let's click that off and say, okay, all right, where are you from? Oh, you from Guyana. Oh, that's what's up. So you Guyanese, something like that. Put that in your mind. You have to respect other people to get respect back. Okay, moving on. Okay, now that you say, okay, all right, let's take over this place and this and that and the third. How did I lose my train of thought? Oh my God. I know. All I know is Worldstar Hip Hop, you gotta be accountable. I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. You gotta be accountable, dog. There's nothing wrong about having people speak their minds and opinions. Okay, if your website doesn't do it, there's no need for it no more. I'll get useful piece of information from you, and I'll of course in turn make it mine, and then put it out there for the public. Oh, I'm gonna be an anchor man. I'm gonna be a news anchor man, the real one. Because at the end of the day, if you're not giving us information that we need, or you have information we need and you're taking it down, why do you call yourself entertainment? Because that's what it is. Entertainment is where you sit down and you see other people doing or saying things to have a reaction out of you, or to have a discussion or whatever the case might be. You're ultimately entertaining the fact of anything, and entertaining the fact of an event or a person or this and that. You're entertaining people. All right, so why would you put entertainment there and take it down? You put it out there, press release and everything, and I watched that video on Worldstar. I will go there and say, okay, why? But this will never happen. You probably see this video and just think, this dude's dumb. Forget him. He doesn't know how the word works. I do know how it works. But the people that don't know how it works, I'm going to put it to you like this. Okay, more news. That you didn't follow up on. Okay. You see how Mr. Bean, that dude, that smart, funny guy, in what you call it, those Mr. Bean goes on a holiday. Like, he's a funny dude that just does regular things and talks real funny and looks funny. That's what, he's the smartest dude ever come out. Basically, he's portraying you people. Us as people, as individuals, you don't ever get the hidden meanings in movies. That's what movies and entertainment on live TV, whatever the case, on reality TV shows, that's what it is. Like, it's false. Most of the stuff you see on TV is false. It never really happens, or it just shows you things, or it gives you hidden meanings and stuff, and you have to derive it with your mind. It not just be entertainment. It's like little information that the super smart people let trickle down to you, and you don't even make use of it. That's the dumbest thing. And you look at those type of people, like Mr. Bean, you think he's a smart, slow dude because what he portrays on movies. It's not the fact. And this might not be real. It might not be what you gonna call it, actual events. But I read somewhere that this guy saved his family from a plane crash. He like took control of a plane. You gotta know, controlling a plane is not easy. It's not difficult, but it's not easy. You can't just say, hey, let me see what I can do, and it doesn't work like that. The people that take control are really smart people. They know how or what to do. Don't get it wrong. This guy might not be a genius, he might not be a this and that, but you gotta notice that. Most of the comics, most of the rappers, most of the basketball players, most of this, most of that, they're basically intelligent people in their highest class of field. Alright, look at a Cat Williams. You think he's a funny dude and he's just a regular guy that knows how to make people laugh. But you're not knowing that he had to work at that craft. He had to do this, he had to do that, and got smarter in return. And his speech and his rhythm and how he acts in life is different than most people. He is one of those geniuses that you don't understand that are geniuses. You just think he's an entertainment person. He's a superstar. He's a this and that. But didn't you ever see and talk to a person, let's say like a Busta Rhymes? Have you ever sat down with someone like a Busta Rhymes? He will make you look as dumb as you looked when you came out of womb, like out of someone's pussy. He will make you look that dumb, that far back dumb. Because with his logic, he will speak to you. And if you're logical as well, you will say, wow. You will say to yourself, yeah, I like your logic. I like your thinking. I like how you're impressing me with your knowledge. That's what it is when you say, okay. And you nod. That's when you nod, you're confirming what the person says. It says, okay, you're right. If someone says to you, hey, the moon is red with a green light, you would not recommend that to your mind. Your mind would like, huh? What? Like, you would know it doesn't make sense. You wouldn't say, like, that would be dumb. You're shaking your head and like, what is he saying? That's people that's followers. When you see people do that, they're followers. Don't take anything to their head. Don't ever take anything to your head that they have to say. If they say things, they are followers. If you're a cop, you're a follower. If you're an FBI agent, you're a follower. If you're this, if you're a hitman, you're a follower. You want to follow something that you're comfortable with. Now that you know that, okay, bang. Getting back to Mr. Bean. Those type of people those people in general are geniuses. They're on another level than other people. Once you know that, you say that, okay, how can I be just like that? Do the same thing. They put years and effort into their craft. This is a live video game. We sleep. Just think of it. This is all fun and games because we will never evolve as people. Ever. There's too many moving parts to evolve as people. The people that's higher up will never allow it. And the people that are forces that might change how they think and act and be better will never be better because ultimately they're just changing effort for the different side. Like they're going from bad to good. Bad to good. There's always be a negative, a bad or a good. Negative, positive. Negative, positive. That's what life is. Once you know that, you can live your life to the fullest, like craziness. Okay, now that you know that some of those people that you think are dumb are not dumb, let's say Mr. Bean and Busta Rhymes and this and that and third, those people in the hood that, all right, let me explain this to you. The people in that hood, you got to understand, they already knew out the womb that this is a game. They got to play it to the full extent. Okay, they're in the hood. I don't want to stay here. What's the best method or way to get out of here? Okay, I'm too skinny. I'm too short. I can't play any sports. I'm too weak-minded and won't go in there hard in the gym and wake up 4 o'clock in the morning to weight lift and this, that. I won't do that. So, all right, what can I do? Okay, logically, I'm sound. I'm sound in mind. Why not use my talent, sound in mindedness, to learn a craft? Okay, let me learn a craft. Okay, not school. I'm not willing to do school. Okay, why not do something else? Okay, I know how to speak. I know how to write. I know how to read. So why not I learn the people that do know how, are on the top, learn from them. Okay, I learned from them. Oh, they decided, okay, they're going to learn something. Okay, they learn how to rap. Okay, wow. This is easy. It picks up in their mind differently than most people. That's why some people can't rap. Some people can't do this and that. The people that can't do it, they watch people that do it and pay for them to learn, basically, to have their mind messed up and love it. Like to hear a punchline and this and that, be like, wow, I can't believe he basically combined words that made your mind say, wow. Isn't that a genius? There are all types of genius in the world. Once you know there's those type of geniuses, you know how to work within those lines of how to get up there, how to do this, how to do that, because you know it. Because once you know out the womb, this is a video game, like at 5 years old, this and that and third, you start acting. Okay, people in the hood, they act certain ways. They have to act a certain way. And the people that are somewhere, that are something, are popular and this and that, they have to establish themselves. How do you establish yourself? Do something that stands out. Do something that people give you respect for. How do you do that? All right, get a persona started. Do this. Join a gang. Start robbing people. Start doing this. And you're known for something. And people know you or fear you or whatever. You know how to work with that. All right, they fear me. All right, go another top. Start robbing banks. Okay, bang. Got away with that. All right, I got a little money saved up. I'm going to buy a key. Move up to the next level. That's the part of the video game. Like different video games, this is real life. This is not. All right, continuing. All right, now that I got that, I got a key. I'm not caught yet. I got the best lawyers because I'm on a certain level. I need certain things. Okay, I know as soon as I know I'm making $1,000 a month, I know that I'm good. I can have a little public defender on the side just in case. Like, yo, do some extra research for me in case, I do go, I know to holler at you or tell them, yo, you want that case. So I can drop you a little money on the side as well. So your mind is thinking like, okay, bang, I need that type of person. I can't get an established lawyer like a $20,000 retainer lawyer yet. So I know how to do this. All right, do that. Basically, they're geniuses. They're calculating things and how to do. All right, now that they are made it, okay, bang, I got a key. I'm going to start owning a studio. Okay, I'm going to own a studio. Okay, all right, then now I got the studio, so I don't have to pay for my own time. I could just charge other people to pay me, and then I get clean money, and in turn, try to develop my craft and get better and start putting out rhymes. Okay, now I'm good. I made it. I start a video, and now I'm getting publicity. So, all right, now I know I could get a lawyer. I could get a visa. I could go to, matter of fact, I have out of the country bank, so the United States can't touch my bank, so I could get started with that. So because, in 10 years down the line, when I start trying to do moves, shaking and moving, they won't say, all right, where did he open a bank account 10 years ago? They won't do that. They won't think you're that smart of a person because you're a rapper. But knowing you are, now they, basically I'm giving you information to like basically find people outside the country that have millions of dollars that people don't know about. Wow, people do that every day. Okay, moving on. Anyways, now that you see, all right, how to move up in the game of life, That's what it is. When you see it like a TV shows, Games of Thrones, Blacklist, this and that and third. There's another good one. Sherlock Holmes, this and that and third. They're basically spitting in your face and saying this is your role in life. You're the ones we play pawns with. Okay, that's the thing. Know that you're a pawn. Okay, now that I got that out the mind and knowing that from you think a dude in the hood is dumb as fuck, but he's not. He knows out of the game, this life is messed up. Why not profit from this life? Why not make fun of this life? All right, start rapping this and that. You get signed. And then you in turn try to move up in the ranks of life. All right, then you start getting your own marketing company or a law firm. Matter of fact, I'm gonna own a hospital. This and that and third. Things that can establish you. Like people can't just easily take you out because you're connected to so many different things like doctors and lawyers and this and that. They won't be implicated in that kind of stuff. So they say, all right, let's protect them. Let's talk to someone here to make sure if anything happens to him. Like people that smart know those kind of the things that they move and shake that way. Like they know that they can't fully sleep comfortably until they know they're safe, that no one could touch them. Those are the geniuses, the ones that know I'm good. I can have a good night's sleep. I don't care how many people are getting murdered, this and that, third. All I know is I'm living for myself and I'm doing a great job at it. That's what geniuses are. All right. Now that you know there's different levels of geniuses and they all basically the people that's top of the crop of the people in society, those are the geniuses. Those are the ones you watch out for. Okay? Now that you know that this guy saved his family from dying, do you really think he's still dumb? No? Okay, you're moving on to logic. I like is a video game with... Yeah, this life is a video game with different players. Once you know that you can take that role and take charge, you'll be the best that you can be. Trust me. Do some research on what you want to do, man. For real. Let's go on. Yeah, let's get in the game. Why not? Like I said, you see these rappers, you see these movie stars, they know how to move up. They know how to, you got to network, you got to have a business, you got to have something established in your name, you have to have, basically sometimes have to have a wife, because to move up, you need a wife to move up, because that signifies two different families coming together, and you can't take one person out without affecting another family. So you got to make sure that family is not connected to you at all, period, because it's not good to kill your family member, right? Okay, that's what it is. That's what, when you marry somebody, you're basically representing two dynasties, and people respect that. All right, now that you know that, yeah. When you try to be better with somebody and not try to pass out that knowledge to the person behind you, you're essentially... No, I can't say you're essentially. Gotta stop using that, trying to sound smart, because then you won't believe me. Okay. Why would you... Okay, it's good to be better with somebody, but if you're not passing that knowledge on and trying to make the next generation better, you're not basically helping the mankind out. That's not good, basically. You know what I mean? You got to do better. Because I thought I had more than this. But yeah. I don't know. Alright. Alright, what was I talking about? Yeah, worldstar hip-hop, this and that and third. Like, it's funny to me how nothing's changing. People are killing people. People are moving pieces around. Yo, stop it. I mean... If you know America's going in there for oil, put in your mind, what can I do to change that? Like, these people about to get killed because what I need to survive is energy, lights, and new cameras, new t-shirt, new this and that and third. So I need it, so I can't stop it, so I can't say nothing. All I can do is be sad or angry. You can't do nothing unless you want to do something. If you want to do something, and hey, I'm the perfect person to come to, because I'll tell you easily, and it's common sense what you should do. All right, you want to fuck things up, you want to have a say in how things is not done or done? Easy. If you want war, you just keep doing what you're doing, like having bills, having this and that, having a job and doing what you need to do to further, have the wheel circling. Duh. Okay. Now that you know that, what do you need to do? Easy. Easy. How about this? Not use money. How do you not use money? You need money for everything. Of course you need money for everything. The world will never move without money, right? Of course they can. How about minimize what you need? Huh? How about this? How about you buy land somewhere like they don't have a foothold in that country, and then make that country better, and then have things where it's not going to get influenced easily. They would have to come in our country or whatever country we have to come and try to take it over, and we won't let that happen because we know the people to watch out for. We know that, and that comes from having information. That's why it's good to invest in hackers. It's good to invest in intelligence officers. That's what makes a real country. And we already have that in the United States, but imagine they were working for a greater good. Those people would be angels. Angels. But they won't ever do that. Because you gotta understand, rich people are fighting every day to maintain on their level they are at currently. So imagine you try to start a revolution. There is no such thing. Put that in your mind. There is, but it's not in your comprehension. All right. Egypt. I talked about it the other day, or other segment, whatever. Egypt is having civil wars with their country. But do you know that civil wars are planned to the minute detail? They plan it out fully. You gotta understand, the moving of pieces cannot move without that piece moving. The piece that was here before moves and another person takes its place. So, what are you doing? You're essentially, that's how you have other people that you think is right, but in turn, later on, they are easily corrupted either through family, threaten a family, or money. How do you get rid of that? How do you get rid of that? Because rich people are fighting poor people. They will always have a battle like that. There will always be a battle. So how do you change that? How do you not fight your cousin that's rich or your father that's rich, and you want to try to change it because you think that's how it should be, or like we should be free? There is no freedom in this world until we make it. There is no freedom in this world until we make it. Do I have to talk louder? How do we make freedom? Easily. Very easily. But too much pride in your heart, because built up by people and propaganda and this and news footages that's fake as fuck go in your mind. You're saying to yourself, I'm pride. I have pride. Why would I leave my home, my country that I was born in and will die in, and go somewhere else, or go another country and be somebody else's problem? That's why you want to fight, you want to do this, you don't care if your family member gets kidnapped in the middle of the night, like all in the name of revolution. Not knowing it was calculated to the minute detail hundreds of years ago on how to further advance somebody's career and political gain and this and that. Someone came up with that strategy. How about, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you the Dominique strategy. I'm going to tell you the Dominique strategy. If your country or wherever you at is hindering your life at any point or any time, it is your human right. I repeat, human right to leave that place and move on to something better. That is your right as a person in this life, in this world, at this time, at this moment. Because at the end of the day, if you have someone telling you you cannot eat Or if you do eat, I must eat first and I leave you scraps. What the fuck? You gonna leave me fucking scraps? Are you serious? Do you know who I am? Pride. Do you know who I am? I will fight for this. I will do this. I will do that. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have a mentality like that. You should never have a mentality like that. But it's too late. You're sucked in. The media, this and that. You feel sad. You want to help. You want to do this. You want to do that. Fuck that shit. This is how I'm going to make you change how you think. If your country is hindering the way you think or how you want to act, your right is to leave. That place is a prison. It is a business that lets everybody let free and walk around, but you're not free. If I have to pay to leave, you know, flying through jets and stuff, there's a tax and a fee for leaving the country. Coming in the country, there's a fee for that. You're basically paying people for your freedom or what you think is freedom. Anything you do is not free. You must pay. You must pay the piper, you must pay the devil, you must pay whatever you could call it that ease your mind at night till you could sleep. That's what you're doing. To change that, how? Dominique rule. Tell me, what's the Dominique rule? Everybody wants to say, oh, what the fuck is a Dominique rule? Who the hell this guy think he is? Now let me switch on him. My man, this is Devil talking to you. What's up? How you doing? I'm going to take over for this lame ball right here. If you don't understand what he's trying to say, I'll say it to you. Fuck a country that depresses you. Fuck a country that makes you wake up in the middle of the night and try to earn a living. Move. Easy, move. Buy a land that has no ties to any marketing, oil, or this or that. I could say oil because that's what's running this world, oil, and the people that control it. It's the world. It's for the world. Why would you control something for the world and charge people for it? And people are just stupidly blind and following it. Why? Because we're comfortable. We're safe. We're this. We'll let them manage us and, you know, stay in line because some of us get out of line. We'll let that happen because it's not our family member that's dying. Let them handle that. They can start a revolution. I'm good here. I'm warm over here. I like my cold only in the summertime. I won't be outside picketing and doing that. And essentially, it's pointless too. Aren't you mad yet? Every time I come here, all I'm doing is relieving stress, and you should see me the next day. I'm happy. I'm content with this dumb life I'm living. Because I know what's going on, but I can't do nothing to shake anything around. Because I don't want nothing to happen to me or my family. So I just, you know, stay within the lines of just, you know, simple things. Like, you know, doing this little video. And try to be smart to you. But it's not being smart, it's being dumb. Because it's not taking hold of your mind. Press play. Do whatever you need to do. Look at your information. The only real news is what you look for. It's not in the movies, it's not in the TV shows, it's not in the news that you think is news. No, it's not. It's the news you look for. It's the news that compiles up because you said, hey, I got questions and let me compile the answers. Let's keep it coming. Okay, why? If you know a country is going to war, you ask yourself, why are they going to war? Okay. It's not to protect anybody. It's not really. You can say it all the time. The rich people don't care about lower class people. Why would they go there? Why? Because they have something they want. Why do you see movies like 10, 15 years later and it's about the past? And it was wrong, it was this and that and third, but they wait 15 years later to put it out. Because they're comfortable with it. They could deal with it. Is it past already? The atrocities was years ago. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean? But it's not smacking you in your mouth like saying, hey, we knew this back in the day, but we're letting it go as a movie today. And you're going to pay us, and then we're going to receive the funds and do more atrocities somewhere else. And then show it to you 15 years later. That's the equation. Let's give them movies and make them content. That's not good. Fuck that. I don't want that. Alright, let me go back to the country theme. If your country is hindering your progress as a free person, and you know what freedom is, and you say, hey, this is not freedom, I want to go somewhere where there is freedom, you go there. You establish a home that they can't take from you. Eminent domain. Look it up. You establish until that law is out, you will never have a freedom. You will never have freedom. Once that happens, things will move in a different direction. Imagine you buy a land that can never have been taken from you. As long as you live, as long as your generation survives, you will always have a home. And I was reading about something like that. I'm gonna go back again a little bit, but right now I'm gonna bring it to you another story. I was reading a story about this dude. Not reading. I saw a video, and the dude that did the video, come at me. I got ideas for you. And since you have a little bit more publicity than me and more popularity, we can make something happen. I'll give you the ideas. We'll come together and shake it up. Then I won't have to work. I won't have to worry about work. I'll just have my ideas flowing to you and doing this and that and third. You feel me? Because the dude, this is what happened. There was a poor guy that had no home, or he was living in a hotel or something like that. And he was so happy that he got a job. The person that was trying to help him got him a nice home for 1 year. That is the most beautiful thing I've seen. He didn't do it for no recognition. I see it in his heart. Hopefully I'm seeing it. Maybe there's no publicity stunt or whatever the case might be, but I'm looking at the good in this situation. He bought or got a home for a whole year, rent free. All you gotta do is worry about finding your food. That's beautiful. Why did he do that? Is it, man, he was trying to be a human being, or get lots of likes or subscribers? You never know. There's always hidden meanings, or there's always hidden meaning, not meaning. There's always hidden agendas in people's actions. Hopefully that's not a hidden agenda. Maybe he did it for free, whatever. I applaud him for doing it. Congratulations. But that's how it should be, though. Imagine everyone in this world would have a home. That would be beautiful. I think that would be beautiful. It's spectacular. By the age of 18, you would have a home. You do your own thing. You either could mess it up, you could burn it down, but you would have a home. If that burns down, it's the job state or whatever to rebuild another one. So while you're over there, you won't need a hotel. You won't need this. You could just go back to your family member. When your house is built, you just go back and leave your family member's house. You just go back to your house. And then essentially one day, or if that never happened, we had homes all the time for the rest of our lives, there would never be a word in definition as homeless. You would never have a word homeless. That was common sense to me. But when I wrote it down, it sounded like poetry in motion. Like, why? Why would there be any homeless? That's my logic. That's how I think. But people don't think like that. It would never go about like that. It can't. Why? Moving on. I don't get it. The way to do it, the way to change this world, is to buy your own land, establish recycling for water and your storage, and you clean it up and this whatever, and you have your own energy, and you have a home, you have land, you have your land, you have your land, you have your home, you have your cleaning supplies, and basically everything you need to survive, and all you gotta do is worry about finding food. and that would be beautiful. But imagine we eliminate that and combine our efforts and have, let's say, you can only have 5 kids with one family. Before you have a one kid, you must take a class to learn how to support a kid, how to manage a child, how to see what kind of child you have, so you can make that child better. Educate that child. You know what I mean? Different steps. Like, once you establish that in a community, we would go forever. You should make it a law that a person cannot have more than within their means. If that person wants more within their means, they could go live somewhere else. But our community is how we live, and we think it's better in the world. And you establish that community, no one could touch you. You won't need extra stuff. You won't need a boat. You won't need a plane. You won't need private jets. You won't need our car fleets and collections. That's greedy. People are showing you their greed by showing you their homes and this and that and that, and how many women they've been through. They're showing you how greedy they are, and you taking it in and sucking it in and eating it and looking at the commercials and going like it's another day. Greed is not good. It's making this world worse than it is. And it's getting worse. When you see natural things disappearing, like glaciers and ice and dolphins dying, and you're not doing anything, it hurts my heart. Doesn't it hurt your heart a little bit? Doesn't it get emotion out of you in any way or form? What do I gotta do? What do I gotta say? What the fuck? Does that express feeling to you that you can understand the way I'm feeling right now? It hurts so bad. Like, why? I won't jump off a bridge. I won't kill anyone. I won't go on a rant or try to do anything spectacular for you. Because if I don't see the base, or if let's put example, if I don't see anyone trying to swing for the fences and trying to protect themselves, why would I go in there and try to protect you? Why would I fight for you and you're not my family member that can't fight for themselves? If I saw someone like my brother or someone like my younger sister fighting, of course I'll be there to fight with them. If I know they can't fight, I'll fight for them, because will protect them. They're my brothers. They're my sisters. This is what it is. I have to protect them. It's in my DNA. If I don't have a loyalty to something or anyone or anything, you're greedy. And that's what it is. Your greed will ultimately destroy this earth. How do we do that? How do we become greedy? How do we not become greedy? That's up to you. Your mind frame, your heart will tell you what's greedy, what's not, how to better yourself, how to do this. It's what you think is best. And what's best is not always the best thing to do. Like right now, I think this is not good to do. This is not good to speak my mind and do this and do that, because it's not ultimately changing anything. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not actually moving. I'm not actually shaking things up. I'm just talking and try to spark your mind. But if I'm not sparking up your mind, nothing will change. Nothing will move. Okay, if I see that happen, I'm just going to continue this until one day a child or whatever, or revolutionary that sees my point will say, hey, I love your meaning. I love how you're thinking. Let's try to improve it and change the world. It won't happen. And I discussed that in the thing that got deleted in WorldStar. I say that will never change. It will never change. We evolve so much that our mind says to us, we don't like difficult things. And the people smart knows that. That's how you could live in homes and pay and rent and this and that. Because ultimately there's an equation there. Money moves everything. So we know people don't like difficulty, so we'll give them money. And money is the sole ingredient to all the bad in this world. It's so funny how if you could take that whole one thing, that little thing that's invisible, is nothing, is worthless. It's a thought of idea that make people go in a circle, move things around. That's it. It's moving things around. That one invisible thing that's not there, just like God is not there, so not real. But that mind, that spark of it, it moves everything. God, money, moves everything. Without money, there would be no God. Without God, there would be no war. Without wars, there would be no need for security. And without security, there would I don't know. My mind cannot comprehend that right now. Because I'm not in that future. I'm not in that ultimate universe. I'm not in that ultimate dimension, whatever you call it. I'm in this one, and it sucks. Our equation is damning to us, but we still do it. We still roll around it. But imagine we take steps in changing that. Erasing the debt, erasing this, having ideas, sparking it up, changing the world, living for just a greater, not being greedy, doing that. It would hinder us. I don't know, because we won't go that route. We don't want to calculate that kind of. It's too many moving parts. There's too many moving parts that I'm not used to. That's what the smart people are thinking right now. And they're seeing this and they're realizing that I have my smartness and my opinions, but it's gonna maybe, soil the milk. So how do you do it? Eliminate that. You start a little bit, giving him hints. My comment on the video is gone. Why? I don't need to answer shit. I did it because I wanted to, and it worked out for me and my future kids. And that's what I'm protecting. My future kids. Wow. Oh my God. The future kids. Those future kids have friends. And those friends have friends. And those friends have friends. And those friends have friends. That ultimately, those friends are us. As people. We are all one. Anything that goes back to us is a monopoly. It's not a monopoly. I'm sorry. It's a domino effect on everything. Like, let's say we have our ability to change the past and go back in the past and go back. Don't you realize the littlest things can affect the world? Let's say Elvis was never killed, or not killed. I'm sorry. Why would I say killed? Let's say Elvis, Bruce Lee, them people will never die. The people that took their place, the action stars, the this and that, third, those musicians, the ones that will make you smarter or whatever, and all we gotta do is kill them. There you go. I'm telling you, things will never move. The people that's comfortable where they're at will never let that happen because they're establishing things for their future family. Ooh, I'll just call it. My back. I'm getting old. Oh, my phone is in my pocket. Hold on. Jesus Christ. I'll take that later, man. Listen. Imagine you change the world. Skip all anything I just said before and go back to it and replay. I can't think that far back to what I'm trying to tell you. All I know is, listen, put in your mind, change how you live, change how you act, change how you do this to further everyone. And things will get done. The fuck? Imagine we come up with a way to filter our water using a machine and having endless water because we have oceans. We don't pollute them oceans, and we don't let boats sink in that ocean. If they do sink, we take that boat and repair it or take it out the water because it's damaging the environment. Imagine the ocean was clean and we was constantly renewing that ocean, that water, because we take it and filter it out and turn it into pure water that we can drink. We will never have that. Because we will never come together, because someone will think, hey, how do I profit off that idea? That's the fundamental thing that kills the mankind forever. How do I profit off this idea? Well, this is how I'm going to shake it up. If you guys want to change it up, I will. I will come up with the website that has endless thoughts of ideas that's flowing through everybody. And within that website, I'm promoting change by saying, hey, buy this and be your own brand and be your own person and celebrate that you are human and you know what's right and what's wrong. Be your own thing. Don't buy any more brands. Don't buy nothing made from oil. Don't buy this. Don't buy. I could tell you endless things not to do, but at the end of the day, you have to follow your own heart and what you need and what you don't need and what you're comfortable with, or with your religion that you think is real allows you to do, and this and that and third. Religion is. I say this all the time. How do you control the masses? Think about it like that. Think about it. And they're so deep of people of how they think. You can never ultimately take them out their mindset. You could say God is not real. You could have God come down and say, God, I am not real. Put in your mind that I'm not real and go about your business and make this world better for yourselves and your future children. Not your child, your children. Wow. Do that. Things will change. Things will start moving. You'll be proud of yourself. Didn't you ever feel that prideness when you did something good? Your heart, the air in your lungs felt differently? That is what pride is. Not pride, I'm sorry. That is when you're proud of yourself, not pride. When you're proud of yourself for doing something good. Change how you live. Don't worry about nobody else. If you see alright, this is what it is. This is how I know I will always become famous. I'm going to change how I live and show it to people and promote it, and then in turn making other people follow. And that's what it is when you follow somebody. When you believe in a God. You was born here. You didn't have no thought. What do? You follow somebody else. You follow your parents. You follow this. You have no spark of imagination that's yours. You already was groomed from the time when you were small. You never ventured out. It was too dangerous. You would have got snatched up. You would have got this. You would have got killed. You would have drowned. And you stayed in your comfort level, your parents. And you learn what they learn. And you believe what they believe. But what about if you start from blank? You get enough sense in your mind, which is in the teens, and that's when you spark up a good idea, you feel prideful in it. Don't you remember? You don't? I put it back to feeling in your mind. When you was a teen, when you have a spark in your whole, your being, your feeling, you know you're right. You give out argument to your parents without even thinking about it and knowing where you come from. They don't like that, and you get beat up for it. Because they're not comfortable getting out their mindset. Why would they learn from a person that's younger? They're not learning anything. Why would they learn anything from someone that's younger than them? They don't have any experience in life. So in turn, like, hey, don't even listen to this guy. He's dumb. He's a teenager. What can he do to improve my life? Hey, I'm younger than most people that's smart. Okay, how about this? I'm going to change how I live, how I do things, and see if people will do the same with me. Like right now, I stopped really going to movies. I started now. You know what I mean? I didn't go to see Spider-Man. I wanted to, but then again, I could wait like 2 months and then be clear as DVD quality. On a website, I go for free. But it's not free because they have advertisement, they have pop-ups, they have this and that. Every time you click on it, they get a profit somewhere. Or they send viruses in your computer so you could look at your credit card statements, your bank statements, and this and that and third statements, blah blah blah. Like, I could go on forever. There's things tied down and moving parts all around us, but we never look at it because we're comfortable. Again, okay, do that. We could take little steps on that. Thinking it's free, but it's not free, and we're actually hindering our progress. Like, by going online and getting a free movie, it's against the law. And you gotta understand, I'm gonna come back to that later. Look at law. What is law? Law of man is the most dumbest thing that's today. Law is nothing. It doesn't make sense. Alright, let me give you an example, because you can't talk without giving examples to establish your idea or thought. I will give you an example. Imagine you have a law. You cannot sell any liquor. You can't drink any liquor. You can't buy any liquor. You can't produce or manufacture liquor. People went to jail. People got killed. People ended up dead because of that law. So imagine you lift the law and started taxing it. You start taxing it. The law was irrelevant in the first place, so you realize you did a dumb move, but because you did a dumb move, you're trying to atone for it by making money off of the people. Let's say you have to get a license to sell liquor. You have to pay for that liquor. You have to do this for the liquor. You have to promote this liquor. And in turn, it becomes a brand, and then people make millions, and that people is lobbying laws to make that law always forever there. Okay, now that the law is legal and you could start selling and this and that, why did you have it in the first place? Okay, now put it into your in present times. Weed, you can't sell weed. You can't smoke weed back in the day. But now in Colorado, they want to test it out and see how much money they can make. And they say, hey, we got a free all the time, or as long as you have a prescription, liquor license, prescription, you can get weed now and you won't go to jail. So the people that used to sell liquor in mass quantities or little quantities are in jail, still sitting to this day. So that law was, again, fundamentally, if a word doesn't make sense or I didn't say it right, fuck you, this is my language, that's how I speak, but you know what I'm trying to convey to you. I'm back at it, smart again. Okay, bang. It was irrelevant now. What about the people that's still in jail? What about all the people that went to jail for liquor back in the day and still to this jail for 100 years of life because they killed somebody that was their turf rival? So the crime that eventually started from the back should irrelevant. That sparking point is taken out. So whatever that crime that you did because of that law should be again irrelevant. Do I need to go to law school to tell you this? No, it's common sense. The laws are ridiculous. Any law is ridiculous that doesn't value life of humankind. If it's not a law that values my life, I'm not for it. Common sense, it's simple to me, but it's difficult for most people to comprehend because they, again, come up with excuses for things that's not good. Hey, this is why, this is why. Look at those people. If you know in your heart that something is bad and someone comes out and tells you an excuse for it, put it in your mind. That kind of person is nothing you need. That person is, again, no one you need in your life. Again, going back way back to the rappers. Like, you gotta know, those people are not hard. They act tough, they do this, but eventually they value their life and their bodies and their wealth and this to never have to fight. They'll tell you, they'll scrap a couple bit, the geniuses will learn, of course, to ultimately have fear. You have to establish, of course, first with your hands, then with guns, then with your mouth. So you can back people down. That's what experience does to you. So imagine, you have those type of people are on top of you. They will have ultimate plans where they will never fall off. They will always try to stay relevant. They will always try to do this. They will always try to do that to basically, to be in the spotlight, to get money, to have their lives provided for. They don't want to work. Why would you work when everything is provided for you? But why would you work, period, in life? That's what I'm thinking. But hey, that's just me. You could do good things in your life, in our lives, but we choose not to. And that's the thing that breaks my heart the most. I'm not a preacher. I am a preacher in my own extent because I'm preaching to myself. I'm looking myself in the mirror because I have the thing reversed, and I'm looking myself and I'm being honest. I can see myself being honest. Maybe you can't see me being honest because you know I have the white thing over me. But if you really want to do research, you'll know who I am. I'm a simple dude. I have a job. I'm a still person that wipes ass just like you, and that's what we're doing. We're wiping ass for money. So common sense, put in your mind, like, be mad. Change. Adapt to new thinking. Adapt a new idea. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna establish a website where all I'm doing is selling something. And then by me selling it, having money to have that website operational and having get-togethers and this and that. And basically having you better the world by buying things that's it's irrelevant, but it's basically gonna have the website up and running, and then in turn you could come in and have your ideas plastered on and have, you know, little advertisement here and there on sides on whatever I design it, wherever how I get money to have the site running, and then have followers and this and that. I could do that. That's gonna be in the works. I'm going to have the thing where you could go find on the side, hey, you want a hat, you want a sneaker, tell them what size sneaker and I'll design it for you. You want the hat, tell me what size hat and I'll design it for you. And then you order that, keep it simple, hat and sneaker. We could start slow, hat and sneaker. I think way above everything and just go for the whole piece of the pie, but knowing that you got to start from the ground and work your way up. Okay. I'm going to start with just hat. You tell me the hat size, the color of the hat, and then I'll take over from there. If you like it, if you don't, fuck it. If you want the money back, hey, guess what? You're not getting it because it took my time to do it. And that's my product. That's my brand. And I represent my brand, which is to be independent and try to do better for this world. That's my brand. That's my personality. That's my karma. That's my whole positivity. That's me. I don't care what you do. You could take that hat, you could burn it, you could sell it, you could do whatever you want with it. Just give me my cake so I can make this world better, and then the next thing you know, things might change. That's my website. That's what will be my brand. That's how I'll change the world. You could do your own thing. You could take my idea and flip it into yours and try to make it better and do whatever and get your own money. But you gotta understand, the people that started it and the people that changed it, you gotta notice there's a difference in it. The idea of that first person might not be, you know, the same as the first. And imagine, my idea I think is good, and someone's idea is not good, but they think it's good because other people follow them and say, okay, his idea is better. That's what it is. That's why there will never be a change. Because someone will eventually take it and make it into something bad, and in turn you think it's bad and going with the generic brand and going for that one. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is one of the person that started it. You feel me? You could call me Delva, you could call me Dominique. If you know me as a person, you know I'm a good person. You know I care for others. I might not show it, I might be blunt sometimes, but you got to understand, the intelligent people, that's how they are. And when, alright, and also, I'm going to put it to you like this. Intelligent person. I was watching another worldstar hip-hop video where this woman on, what is it, not Basketball Wives, some reality show, Desperate Housewives, whatever, Nene was in there. Yeah, that Desperate Housewives. I don't know, I never saw the show, probably saw glimpses somewhere, I can't lie, and then changed the channel because it didn't pertain to me. Alright, now I'm going to put it to you to like how this works. The lady was basically verbally assaulting this lady's heart, going straight to the meat. And the other person is not dumb, she's not stupid, she's not that. But you got to understand, when you are talking to a mastermind of someone that's smart, that's someone that's calculated, you will never win. Because they set you up as a chess piece to know where you're going to fall. What's your strengths? What's your weaknesses? When someone knows your weaknesses, they are masterminds. They know how to take it. They know how to implement it and control it and milk it for everything it's worth. The lady said, because of somebody, that should be a rap verse. Because someone that needed $10 for a pizza came in a sperm bank, jerked off, and got $10 and got a pizza, and then now in turn you all have a child from a person that needed $10 that has no mindset to get money and have anything in the future for his kids, that he would rather have ejaculated in a cup to provide it with someone he never noticed or even had sex with, or put the time and put the love and affection in that body of that woman, and jerked off in a cup. And that woman is so desperate that she would go and get that sperm because she's so desperate that she would get it. She would actually put it in her vagina or her body of that. That is when you think about it, that's nasty. And the people that's sensible and knowledge is just as high as hers say, wow, you killed her in the first couple of sentences. That's beautiful. But it's not. Greedy people will always have that kind of mindset. Whatever the thing is, she did do whatever she did to get that rich or whatever the case may be, I don't care. She knows how to work the system for herself. Applaud her. Do whatever. She's getting money and you're not. Don't worry about what she's doing. What does it pertain to you? Why does it affect your life? Why does it go ooh and ah? Ooh and ah. Why is this world run by that? Ooh, ah, oh my God. Why did that happen? Why are you shocked? There will always be killers and stealers in this world. Greed does that to people. There will always be people that evolve things. Evolution is everywhere. Those equations are fundamentally in this world, in this life. There's evolution. There's always will be killers and stealers. There will always be good and evil. There will always be money. And you calculate all that. If you calculate all that, you will have the basis of life in this world. And once you know it, you won't be shocked. You won't applaud. You just go about your business. And that's where we are right now. That's the evolution of man. We're just going about our business. And I, for one, can't applaud that. I can't. Until you know that we are one people, we are one consciousness, we are one personality in different bodies that made us. Imagine you were born a nice person. A nice person. And you're very smart. But you see the things around you. It's not nice. It's not nice at all. And you say, how do I protect myself? I'm a smart person. What do I need to do to not be weak? What do I need to do to not be in this position? Spark. I'm gonna get mine. That's it. That's the seed. That's the seed of greed. Boom. It goes from there. Once the person, imagine we are all good when we're born. But things in our lives progress us to different avenues of life. Things in our lives shape us as people, as men, as women, as children. It's irrelevant to us that we need money. Don't you think of that? When we're small, we don't think about money. We think about happiness. We think about playing. We think about going here because we want to. We think about eating, and we think about going to sleep and waking up to do it again. That's it. But when we progress in life, we evolve. That's when you see different personalities. Don't you see that? When we're kids, we're nice. When we're middle teens, we're preparing for the world. And when we're teens, we're getting our ideas and not finding ourselves yet because we don't know where to mesh in that world, where to put our category as a people, like where to put ourselves in that category as a people. I meant to say, then you arrive at your own conclusion where you want to be, and then you become adult. Then you stand by that thought. Then you move on. Then you become wiser. Then you establish a reign of supreme, and then you don't want to lose that, because understand, wherever level we're at in life, we could go anywhere else and become on that level or even more. It's up to us. But again, we're comfortable. We don't want to do that. We're staying in the same box, same place, same country, same this. Do you know the feeling of waking up in the beach of Mexico? Oh my God. I don't know that feeling. Why do I know that feeling? What's holding me back from that feeling? The feeling of the sun. It's such a face. And you're in a country that you've never seen before, never been before, and experiencing. And getting to know those people for their people they are, not by their color, not by their skin, not by their knowledge of religion. It's a beautiful feeling. It has to be. That's the only thing in life that matters. Why does it not matter to you that we're not able to do those things? Doesn't it not hurt your heart a little bit? Doesn't it not move you to shake it up and change it? Doesn't it not spark the idea of how to make this better for my kids friend, my kid's friend's cousin? Don't that spark anything? Doesn't it go anywhere in your mind? We have people that are mentally incapacitated to take care of themselves, and they're smarter than us. We got people that are not men, but they would rather have sex with paper dolls and plastic oil in Japan, and not being men and evolving your country and just doing stupid things because they're so controlled by advertisement. Don't you see Japan? Don't you see all those billboards, all those marketing? Having commercials or news with people with their tops off with no bras or nothing, and that's how you can focus on news? Doesn't that make you mad? What the fuck? I don't see it. I can't see myself bringing a child in this world. Why? I'm glad I have no child in the world. Even though all those times are good times, I'm glad I don't have a child in this world. It doesn't make sense to me that my child can't go here without a passport. He can't take 2 steps and have a line crossed or a gate around him because you can't go there. Because you're not from that place. It's not meant for you. You don't know that language. Why do I know the language? Why is there not a universal language? Some of the languages have similar meaning or similar verbs or similar pronunciations, and they mean the same thing but differently sounded. Why don't we come together as people and make one language? It's too hard. It's too difficult. That's the language of what we know right now. It's too hard for us. We won't do it. It's too complicated. Why would we invest money and time on things we have other things to do? We got time for that. We don't got time for that. I'll tell you we don't got time for that. I know we don't have time for that. We're too focused on going to work. The other day I had to wake up and not knowing it's not the day of my job, but the time was 10 o'clock in the morning and it was 9 o'clock that I had to be there, and I said, fuck it, I need this job, so I might as well just go whatever I woke up with, brush my teeth, and go out there and explain myself why I wasn't there on time. And realizing that halfway there, had to turn around because it wasn't the day. I was too anxious. I was too worried about work and job. That's what gets us down, that's what keeps us down, and that's what will keep us down forever. The need is something that we don't need, but we put in our minds we need it, because without it, the world doesn't work in that way. It doesn't work in that way, and that's what I'm comfortable with. That's how it works, and that's how it's supposed to work. And what can I do to change it? Nothing. I don't have no voice in his life. But in turn, you do have, in real life reality, you have a voice. When you find your own voice, and it's your passion, the way I'm doing now, and speaking your mind and doing what you need to do as a man to provide for your future kids and make sure their lives are easily good, that's beautiful to me. The time is almost running out. My battery life is almost running. My memory life is probably almost full. I'm going to say this one thing, and then you can take the spark and maybe it'll come an idea in your mind, and hopefully you can change something. Maybe I'll see it in my time when I get old, because you got to know this, the world moves so quick. You blink and you're 40, you blink you're 60, you blink your kids is putting you in homes that you're not accustomed to because not your home, because they gave up on you. It's too hard for them to take care of you, and they send you to people that don't care about you and do whatever they want with you and call it a day at 11 o'clock. It's not good. That feeling, that thought should get out your mind. It should not be like that. Should it? Don't think as the life as being difficult. Think of it as a Rubik's Cube that you just need to puzzle and make a line and have all the pieces not match. You get that? Have a Rubik's Cube with different colors. I don't know if that is a Rubik's Cube. My mind is saying that is. So I'm saying, okay, Rubik's Cube with the colors in different sides, and if you combine it, that color or whatever becomes one color, and that side has red, yellow, green, all matched together. Imagine that it would be your job as a person to match those colors and make it seem sensible. Bam! That should be your thinking. How did this red match with this blue? How did this blue match with this yellow? That should be our idea of thinking for the future on. If we have that spark and that idea, the world would move so good. The word depression would never come in our minds. Imagine we have things that we need and not want. We have things that we want and need right now, don't need right now. We want things that we don't need right now. This time, I can say it now. I have a laptop right there. I have a desktop right there. I have a Xbox right there. I have a cable box right there. I have a liquor bottle right there. I have a metal cup right there. I have a bed. I have a light. I have exercise equipment that I don't even use right there. I have a toothbrush right there. Everything that I just told you, derived from your mind, out of all those things I told you, which ones of those do we need? Which one of those do we need in our lives to survive? And then talk to me. Do you really need a gold toilet? Do you really need $400 worth of sneakers that cost only $2 to make? If that kind of spark would go in people's minds, would you have a rap video saying, hey, yeah, get these hoes on my dick and this and that and off the blah, blah, blah. I got money and change and cheddar and blah, blah, blah. Do you think that would be in a movie? Do you think that would be in a music? Let me tell you what music is. I think what music is, and this is only my opinion. Music should be a feeling or a sound that promotes happiness, that promotes oneness, because at the end of the day, we're dancing to a beat that makes us feel good, and we come out to every Saturday or every Friday to party, to relax, to enjoy our time of working hard. But imagine you have music like gang violence and being a drug dealer and being this, you will try to mimic that. You will try to be a follower. You will try to be another rap video, or try to be a living rap idol in your community. You gotta understand, that's what black people do. They do things to basically ease their burden. I'm a black person. No, I'm not. I'm a human person. Just because I was born somewhere and have a different tan skin or different knowledge or I look differently doesn't make me a person that's a color. I'm not a black person. I'm a person. I'm a human person. I have feelings just like you. I have blood. I have ideas. I have emotions. I have a stress. I have everything that you have. I have. A superstar has the same thing. A god that you think is a person would have the same thing. If a god had fingers and toes, he would need blood circulating to move it, right? Nothing makes sense without something happening, right? So that person needs blood, and without oxygen flowing through your bloodstream, it would not be pumping in your heart. So you need a heart. So if you need a heart, like, you can derive things. If you know there's a God and you picture a God, then picture this. Picture God as the sun and the earth. It can't be one thing. Because, without the sun, there would not be us. Without the earth, there would not be us. So you take one of those things out, there is nothing. We would just be spinning. We wouldn't be spinning, matter of fact, because there would not be that force to have us spinning in that one place. Because without the sun, we would float or whatever. The thing would not move. It would just stay still. But if you have a planet that's rotating, why is it rotating? Because magneticness. Where I'm trying, that giant magneticness. Okay, if we don't have a sun to have that magneticness, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to think. So why would you think one person or one thing can control everything, every equation ever? A God? The only thing in your mind that you should have, that there is no God, so we can move as people and become better and have ideas within the confines of our dimension of our universe, because you know that you can't build anything to destroy this world. It's fundamentally impossible. You would have to have something. For me to explain it, I would have to have 100% of my capability in my mind, and for some reason the scientists don't have that up yet. My mind can't think that. It can't comprehend that yet. But maybe one day. Wait a minute. I read something about where the people that's mentally have minds, and the way that they had it was because of brain injury. So imagine if we go deep into brains and get ideas on brains and how to make it better, or make scientific fact become reality. Why not? Why not have a brain that remembers everything? Why not have a brain that could levitate a pillow or levitate yourself or whatever case might be? Because you got to understand, we're not using 100% of our minds. We are not. We could, but we're not, because we're focused on other things. When your focus is on other things, you don't see your goal, because those other things are like basically are in the middle. So you see something, you're going in a straight path. Imagine you see one thing on your left and you see one thing on your right. Okay, you drive and you see it, you're looking and you're driving straight. But if you see a little bit more and you see, okay, advertisement, let's say, you see, oh, this is good, oh, let me go this. So you're not focusing on the road. You're just basically diverted to something else that you didn't need to look at or be at, or whatever the mindset I'm trying to convey. You know what I'm trying to say. It hurts my heart every time when I have to jump on here and nothing gets done. People are getting videos removed. I give my opinion and it's not there the next day. My phone is being tapped. My computer is acting up suddenly out of nowhere. I'm not being like over. Nah, I'm not overly conscious because at the end of the day, I can't do nothing. If people want to take you out, they're gonna take you out. So fuck it. This world is fucked up anyway. Whatever. Punch my fucking reset button. Feel me? You gotta understand. It's not. This worth is not worth living at all. I could give you a million scenarios how it could be better, but it won't change. And I hope this is like in history. I hope this video is part of history. That one day you could look back on it and see what made us so wrong, but also this guy is here and explaining how it could be so right. This guy is basically the new age Jesus Christ, what they put in books. I'm just waiting for that guy that stabbed me in the back to come around. Whoever it is. Whoever that assassin is. Because you will always have those people. Those people that say yes sir and trust whatever they have as a plan for law and God. The real God is the people up there. The people that's moving and shaking things. I respect them people.